Before this video start, I'm just gonna say I don't know why was Trove really loud on the last video, on the night video, but I have to redo pretty much every single recording from now on. For some reason Trove was extremely loud, but ooh, I saw my caper here. But yeah, I don't know why it was so loud. I guess I had to lower literally everything. Mute game, sad face. Okay, well, that is all I have to say. Why? Hello and welcome to another JNP video. I'm your host JonNario, and today this is totally not the second video that I made on the Gunslinger, because the last video, pretty much every single video was extremely loud on every single 20k PR plus. So yeah, the night is probably the only one that's gonna be like really loud. But yeah, as you saw, I already fixed it. Anyways, I am using right now. Why are you hosting a tier 5 Geo? I really want to do it. I guess I'll do it later. But yeah, right now I'm doing a 26,085 power rank or 20k PR Gunslinger plus. I'll be using my 26,085 power rank Gunslinger. It is currently at 280,437 magic damage. It is a fully maxed out attack speed at 242. It has a 102.5% critical hit and 1756.9 critical damage, and I'm still able to maintain over 600k HP, which is awesome. My gear right now that I'm using, obviously the gear that I use this character is pretty much mainly for Shadow Towers. I don't use this character for dungeon grinding because I really don't think that the Gunslinger is really good for dungeon farming. You can use it and do well, but it's not the best. There's much better classes out there. But yeah, I'm using critical damage, second stat on all pieces of gear, and I'm mainly focusing on, like I said, Shadow Towers, which is third stat maximum health, critical hit, because if I remove this I'm not gonna be 100%, and magic damage. And obviously my fourth stat is going to be attack speed on every single piece of gear. I do have a stellar level 5 magic fine ring. I would love to have energy regen, because energy regen is amazing with blast jump. Blast jump is a pretty important ability for the Gunslinger. I'm also using Chronomancer Cubesley instead of Prefect Penguin, because Chronomancer Cubesley reduces the cooldown. You can use the Starlight Dragonling or whatever, but I use Chronomancer Cubesley because it has more cooldown, and it will help a lot on the class gym. I use Arcane Emblem because Arcane, even though I don't need it for dungeon farming to kill bosses, I use Arcane normally because of Shadow Towers. But for dungeon farming, I don't know if what would I choose. I will probably stick with Arcane Emblem, because with this I'm able to one-shot enemies, 3-star bosses with a blast jump. Well, pretty much any bosses, I think, because I don't think I can one-shot any boss with a blast jump. I'm also using Chronomanic Emblem, because the reason being is Shadow Towers. I don't know the type of emblem that you would use normally for a Gunslinger, but whatever. And I'm also using Conjurer's Crucible Vial, and normally I will be using the sorta crazy Lunar Lancer subclass, but since I'm doing dungeons in U9, I will be using the Knight subclass, because I don't have any movement speed on any piece of gear, so I will be running at mouse speed. My gems are currently sitting at this character is mostly based on magic damage. It is a high magic damage base, that's why I have over 280k. But I have my 2 lesser gem blue are 2 physical, 2 magic, 1 crit damage. My air gems is one of them is 2 magic, 1 crit, and the other one is 2 crit damage, 1 magic. And same with my fire gems, 2 1 crit and 2 1 magic. And my empower gems are pretty much the same as the knight. 2 of them are 2 magic, 1 crit, and 1 of them is 1 magic, 2 crit. So yeah, it is almost the exact same as my knights, and yeah, that is all I have to say. Now let's get to it. How would I use the Gunslinger? Before I say all that, I really needed to drink some water. Okay, hold on. Water break. Okay, let's get to it. I forgot to put my timer as well. So yeah, well, that's gonna suck. So how would I use the Gunslinger? Someone's doing this hard. I will normally use the Gunslinger when it comes to dungeon farming, mostly to use a flash and to one-shot enemies with using the blast jump. Gunslinger is honestly not a good class for dungeons, even though I can one-shot enemies, but remember I am maxed out in damage and crit damage. I'm not 26.2 like on my knight. Is because the reason being I did not, what's the thing? I did not augment it. Yeah, that's the word. I did not augment any of my crit hits, so pretty much all my crit hit is base. I never augmented any of my crit hit because the Gunslinger does have a lot of crit hit by default. That's the Gunslinger, that's the Gunslinger's bonus. Not only from level up, but as base. So you really don't need it, like barely any crit hit with this character on gems, so to get high critical hits. And honestly speaking, it is a... The reason I say this class is not good for dungeon farming is that it is a slow class all around. If you want to kill enemies, you have your ult. Yes, true. I look at that. I killed that 3-star without using arcane with my ult. But now I have to wait a 40-second cooldown. The basic attack is just it's average. It's pretty bad. It's like okay. Even though, like, look at this. Even though with max attack speed, it takes me quite a bit to kill enemies sometimes. And I'm at 26. I am a maxed out damage, like I said before. Like, if you're not maxed out damage, that's gonna take like forever. The reason being is also the only good attack when it comes to the Gunslinger is his blast jump. Killing an enemy you can kill an enemy really fast, but other than that, it's just like you have to wait half a second for the ability to activate, and once it activates, you have to wait 2 seconds until you land because of the float effect from the passive. So it just makes it really slow. Waiting pretty much 2.5 seconds for every single kill is not good. Like, it is honestly not good. And yeah, pretty much that's all there is to it. Like the charge shot, the level 3 charge shot, you need to wait 2 seconds to do like really high damage. But if you wait until you attack with your basic, until you get the level 3 charge shot and do the passive ability attack, it's, I don't know, it's just a slow class all around. I'm not giving like a good example like right here, but trust me, the class, it is extremely slow, especially if you don't have the class gem. For those who start in the game, if you don't have the class in that, yeah, the ultimate ability is just a ult. And honestly speaking, it is, I don't know. Even though this class is my second highest class, it's not my favorite. Like, it's far from my favorite. I have it at this high just because of necessity. It's because I needed to do Shadow Towers really well. Like, this class is a Shadow Tower monster, I cannot deny it. But when it comes to dungeon farming, there's so many good options, and I would rather just use any other character. Well, not pretty much any other character, but a lot of characters. And still, I'm not trying to dish out on the Gunslinger like saying, oh, it's a bad class, you shouldn't be using this class. No, the class is strong. The class itself, it is strong. It deals way too much damage. The DPS is really high. It is a good Shadow Tower class, and yeah. But when it comes to dungeon farming, there's like pretty much better options out there. Like the damage on this blast jump, which is the highest damage ability on this class, is a 6 times damage. It is still average, and it takes 0.5 seconds to activate. It is not good for DPS when it comes to doing damage with the blast jump. It's still a really good ability due to, obviously, it will help you on your survivability. And not to mention the AoE that it has is just incredible. Hello, Invader. And but yeah, it's, I don't know how should I say it, like, everyone who's starting the game, I would strongly recommend, if you're starting the game, this is one of the 5 starter class, do not choose this class just because it is extremely popular. It is good, but it is not a good starting class. I would rather pick a Candy Barbarian, the Boomeranger, or the Knight as the starter class over this class. Like, this class is not a good starter class, and which is a shame because I do see a lot of people that are starting the game and use the Gunslinger, and they just use it because it's popular. It's not because it's their favorite, it's just because it's popular. Obviously there are some people that use it because it's fun for them, but don't use this class if you are thinking that you will do really well from the beginning of the game, because this class is not good for the beginning of the game. It's only good if you get the class gem, and only good for Shadow Towers. If you want to main the Gunslinger, obviously crit damage and attack speed, it is mandatory with this class. Don't go like a speed run route, go movement speed, because why? Again, like I mentioned, you take like pretty much 2.5 seconds with your blast jump. You do have your ultimate ability, which increases your movement speed, but other than that, it's not a really good speed farming class. Like, the ultimate ability destroys life, but you have to wait until the cooldown and be like, oh, let me just spam potions, and yes, I do have my ult. But like I said, not everyone has max all the dragons in the game, and can get Magifying Trigger pretty much every single dungeon. So yeah, it is not a good class for dungeon farming, like, at all. But still, it is an amazing class for Shadow Towers, and I would recommend you, if you need a Shadow Tower class, go for the Gunslinger, especially if you have an extra class gem key. But yeah, that is all for today. Yeah. Before I go, like, I'm just gonna say, by the way, I do have all classes a little bit over 18,000 power rank, well, 18.5. Today I pretty much focus on re-rolling a lot of stats, so most of my characters are now really strong, especially something like the Neon Ninja, which got like a lot of critical hit. So yeah, hashtag RIP 100 Lunar Souls. Re-rolling everything, and pretty much I collected all of my empowered gems that I have extra on my personal chest. You might have seen it on some of my other videos, like my box opening, or my tutorial or my tips and tricks video on fast box opening. So yeah. Anyways, I am rambling all too much. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think on the Gunslinger in the comments below. And if you have a Gunslinger, tell me which power rank are you currently at sitting with your Gunslinger. I'm interested to see how high or how low, I don't know. What is your power rank? Is your Gunslinger? That sounded kind of rude, not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm being weird. That's why I'm not good with live commentary, and doing live commentary at like 7:30 in the morning is even worse. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Like I said, let me know in the comments below your Gunslinger thought, your power rank. Leave a like if you want to help the channel grow. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And that is all for today. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and keep on hunting. And yes, the Gunslinger is good, but amazing for shout hours only. See ya.